Real Enigmas and Theories is back again with another video. There's no lack in rewatch value when it comes to They Cloned Tyrone. During the first watch, a few things jumped out at me, but so many subtle hints mixed with various time era references made it easy to miss a few things and even misinterpret a few notions. So that alone makes this flick one to rewatch and more than worthy of a part 2 breakdown video. But before we get into that, I want to address some of the feedback from my first They Cloned Tyrone video. For the many comments saying that Jamie Foxx has been cloned, can you please show evidence other than these weak comparison photos taken with different lenses, different lighting, different location and distances? Just something other than these photos. I'm not mad at the theory, but these photos can be explained through logic, reason, and basic understanding of photography. I explained before that different lenses can distort the features of a subject, and here again is an example to demonstrate this. In fact, no camera can give you an actual representation of what the human eye sees. This is why when you see celebrities in person, they don't look the same as they do on television. Even people that you meet from online tend to look different than their selfie photos. I'm just saying that if you have any other evidence, I'd like to see it. Drop a comment if you believe the clone theory or not. I mean, this channel is called Real Enigmas and Theories, so all theories are fair game. Even I proposed the theory about the marketing of this film and the timing of Jamie's illness. I'm not even totally sold on that theory. However, the timing of events raised my eyebrows. Moreover, the subject of the movie, coupled with the cloning rumors, definitely enhanced the viewership of the movie at a time when Jamie was unable to promote the movie, and his supporting cast was also halted by the strike going on in the film industry. I have a theory about that strike, but I'm debating on whether or not to do a video about it. But even other celebrities in support for Jamie Foxx went out of their way to draw attention to the cloning rumors, which if you search Jamie Foxx cloned, the movie is most likely what you would have came across. I mean, it's brilliant. A real conspiracy theory to roll out a movie in the conspiracy theory genre. Shit, the fact that everybody hopped on the movie because of the theory made me laugh at the fact that the picture comparison was the only thing that holds the clone theory together. So at the very least, there's someone at the top glad that the clone rumor took flight. Let's be honest, the movie was finished in 2021. As soon as Jamie got sick, the so-called conspiracy theory started with the little pokey poke thing that a lot of people got. Then the cloning rumors and the release of a movie about cloning. It'd be kind of foolish not to raise an eyebrow. Now let's get into this part 2 review. This movie does a lot of things. It calls back to multiple time eras, providing a perfect balance of storytelling while mixing it with the current times. It created a perfect doorway to a sequel or a prequel, or maybe even a series. But this movie does something else that's very interesting. It asks a very Matrix or Westworld-esque type of question to a specific demographic. What controls your emotions and actions? Are you a clone or caught in some sort of matrix? And no, I'm not about to get all philosophical on you. We're just going to point out a few of the things in the movie that I missed or misinterpreted and some theories. So the main character, Fontaine, is the younger version of the scientist who cloned himself and specific members of the Glen. Fontaine derives from the word fountain, which is fitting being that multiple clones of his younger self is almost like a fountain of youth. Fontaine is in a turf war with Isaac, which is the name of a biblical character who was once to be a sacrifice and the patriarch to the 12 tribes of Judah. Isaac even refers to Fontaine as Lazarus when he catches him at the beauty salon. The elder Fontaine's endgame is to assimilate the so-called black man into the so-called white man. Now, humanities and theology are subjects that I've studied for 30 plus years. And during my studies into the Nation of Islam, I learned about Yaqub, or the big-headed scientist. And this part of the plot with the Elder Fontaine grafting the genes of the people to change the behavior and the phenotype is very reminiscent of the Yaqub story and his grafting of white people. I don't subscribe to the notion of Yaqub or the NOI doctrine, but I did take notice to that breadcrumb in the storyline. Also, like Fontaine, Yaqub's mission was fueled by anger and the loss of loved ones. I have to mention Frog as well. In my last video, I stated that Frog was a figment of Fontaine's imagination, but after a second watch, I did notice that Yo-Yo was able to see him as well as other members of the community at the end of the movie. However, I do stand on my notion that Frog is the original version of Slick Charles. And what are frogs if they aren't slick? He's definitely around the same age as Elder Fontaine, and Slick Charles and Fontaine's clones do remember each other as childhood friends. There's also a very strange connection to the movie Dr. Strangelove. There are a few visual references in the movie like these. But one of Frog's first statements is, "It's in the water, young blood." And in the movie Dr. Strangelove, Brig General Jack Ripper speaks about the fluoridation of America's water supply. Also, the DJ at the club's name was DJ Strangelove. Another great group of clues are the Tuskegee, Alabama references, with Mount Zion Church, the Piggly Wiggly grocery store, and the subliminal references to the Tuskegee experiments carried out on Black people for over 40 years from the 1930s to the late 1970s, and probably still going on in some form or another today. But that's another video for another channel. Also, the co-writer / director is a Tuskegee native. Shout out to Jewel Taylor, and congratulations on one hell of a directorial debut. There's a lot more to speak on about this movie, like the revelation of Fontaine's mother, the references to 15 and death, even some biblical references with actual timestamps in the movie and some other pictures. But I can't spoil the entire movie. You've got to go watch it for yourself if you haven't seen it so far. Anyway, just something to think about while we wait on the next episode. That's all for my video today. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.